So many of the things that are really important in business today, the primary focuses, like things like culture or change and transformation, innovation, engagement, they have a really high failure rate, like 80%. And that's because they're taking a production line kind of approach to solving them, when they're actually very human-centered ideas. So to get the outcome you want, you really need a human-centered approach. And design thinking is exactly that. So we begin by looking at the different types of problems and why design thinking adds value in particular areas. And then we spend most of the time working on a live case study. So we take a process or a methodology that we're looking at, and then we put it into action with real stakeholders solving a real problem that really matters to them.
I think one of the really important things about accessing a diverse pool of people is just the perspectives that they bring to it from a range of different occupations, from different experiences and engagements. When you come back to see the presentations and you realise that you've not looked at it from a particular point of view, it's really exciting to then think about how you might incorporate what these people are bringing to the equation.
Almost immediately we have a think tank in the room. We often operate in silos ourselves, so having that extension and range of participants that have that variation in thought processes and how that informs design, I think is an amazing outcome for us.
So I was drawn to the design thinking course to try and formalise some of my on-the-job training that I'd been doing for the last sort of 5 years. And so I'd been exposed to it before, but I wanted to make sure that the way that we were doing it and that I was learning it on the job was the way that it is meant to be done.
What drew me here was the ability to find a program that would give me a toolkit, give me some principles and a model to work with very difficult and sometimes complex problems that are difficult to define sometimes as well. So the last 3 days has been a really different way of thinking. Mo's been fantastic at really opening up our minds to viewing things in a different way, a more creative way, but a very humanistic way. That's the theme of the program.
Design thinking, it's not rocket science. You may have read an article or heard about it and you get the concept, but it's a bit of a gap between that and really getting a feel for what it's all about and how you might use it or how it might create value in your organisation. So a really good first step is to come along to the course. You'll work with other executives on a live brief and you'll really experience the value that it can bring and figure out what bits you can take back into your organisation to make things better.